welcome to another exciting episode of Weekly Entertainment. We have a slightly different kind of show for you this week. Today we're going to be talking about strange phenomenon, Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, Champ, UFOs and aliens. Are they real? Are they a hoax? Is there something else going on in this universe that we don't understand? Today we will be examining that. Plus we have exclusive, very exciting and compelling photographic and video evidence for you. So you'll be able to judge for yourself whether you believe or not. Well, one thing I can't believe is this horrible Michigan weather. It took me an hour to what was supposed to be, a 20-minute drive. It took me a solid hour to drive into the studio today. It was a nightmare. Get this. Yesterday, it was 60 degrees. Today, it's 20 degrees, and it's a blizzard. We're getting 6 inches of snow, and you just gotta love Michigan weather. Oh, look at this. We have, in my possession, viewer mail. Isn't this exciting? Okay, we haven't done this in a while, so before we get into the scary stuff, let's just, this could be pretty scary. Okay, this comes from Vance out of Walla Walla, Washington. Okay, he says, this has to do with the Ninja Turtle show we did a couple weeks ago. I'm sure you all remember Michelle Ivy. She was a great guest, the leading authority on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But he writes, great show, but he was kind of distracted by my constant stuttering and ahs and ums, and he said it was a great show other than that. Well, I'm gonna address that. That's a fair question. Okay, I've seen some of the earlier episodes that I've done. I really don't like to listen to my own audio, and I'd hate to see myself on TV. But yeah, one thing I want to. Yes, I am a stutterer. I'm a severe stutterer, and one of the reasons why I agreed to come on this show is I want to show people that even if you have a disability or if you're an extreme stutterer, and it can be extremely awkward in certain situations. And, public speaking is definitely not for a stutterer. Well, I want to show people that, yes, you can too. So, I want to give hope to all the other stutterers out there. So, let's see what Human Resource Lady has to say about this. Human Resource Lady? Okay, again, that doesn't make a lick of sense, but... all right, good question. If you have any questions for me and you want me to read on the air, just send them care of the website and we'll get that on. Well, now, after this break, we're going to jump right into it. The unexplained phenomenon. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Thank you, Mr. Jay Langley, for that, for the Scare Bears. He was a great guest. Okay, our first video is, I'm sure everyone has seen this video. I know this has been playing since the 70s, but one of the most famous unexplained creatures or monsters, if you will, is the very elusive Bigfoot. People have seen him in all sections, even other sections of the world. There's stories of the abominable snowman, in the Himalayas, creatures such as this has been seen, and all across the northern areas of our country. Tracks have been found, fur samples, various scratches on trees that can only have been produced by a very powerful creature, a creature we know as Bigfoot. And this video we're about to see, this was taken in the late 60s, early 70s, I believe. It's the most famous one of all. It's been tried to have been debunked over the years. People have come up with different theories for it, and such as you can see the zipper, but that's later, they've kind of retracted that statement. But judge for yourself. Here it is, the original classic Bigfoot. Basically, it's a big furry man shambling through the woods. It could very well be a man in a gorilla costume, or it could be the real article. Watch and judge for yourself. Is this Bigfoot? Let's find out. The blurry footage of Bigfoot, taken probably with a Super 8 camera at the time. There's the creature looking back over his shoulder. As you can see by the text at the beginning, this was 1967. So in all probability, this was done with a Super 8 camera. It is reversed. Get a good look at the creature. They say you can see the zipper on the costume. Personally, I do not see it. I don't even see a seam in the back of the costume. Musculature of the creature, especially in the legs and logs, which is what a lot of experts point to. It doesn't move like a man in a costume. It actually moves like a real creature. Stabilized. The creature weighs a lot too, the way he plants his feet on the ground. Taking really wide footsteps. And that is the famous Bigfoot video. You can judge for yourself on that one. What do I think? Actually, I believe that video is pretty convincing and very compelling. Like I stated before, experts, since this video has come out, have tried to debunk it, and there's many explanations for it. Again, I think that's a matter to judge for yourself. I personally, I don't know. Frankly, I think the issue of Bigfoot needs a lot more study. So far, teams have gone out into the woods, even recently. I'm sure there's scientific groups out there right now looking for this creature, and so far nobody has come up with a corpse. You'd think you would find a dead one unless a predator ate it, or you'd find bones, a skull, anything. And so far nothing except a few vague footprints have been found of the creature. Well, moving right along. Another very famous, just as famous as Bigfoot or Sasquatch, as we call him. We have one more video of Bigfoot. I didn't realize we had this. This one came to us from a good friend of the show, the previous host, Mr. Mark Christopher. Apparently he was out in the woods, and he was accosted by a Sasquatch. The creature looked very similar to the one we just saw in the video. And we're going to take a look at that in a couple seconds. But again, it leaves, with the amount of video cameras out there too, there has to be tens of millions of video, hundreds of millions of video cameras and phones out there. You'd think a little more evidence would come to light. Well, our very own Crazy Mark has some footage for us, which we're going to take a look at right now. So roll the film. Compelling evidence. Very compelling. Well, all jokes aside, it's time to move on to another famous monster. This one, like I've stated before, is the Loch Ness Monster. A lot of these river-type monsters have been seen, such as Champ in Lake Champlain. There's one in Michigan. I believe it's known as Bessie. that patrols the Great Lakes. I haven't seen it. I live very close to the to Lake Michigan, and I've never seen any evidence of such a creature. But apparently, this thing exists. Well, let's see. Our first video is going to be a river fish. These giant fish. There was actually one in the news lately that grabbed a fisherman by the arm, and it completely enveloped his arm, and I actually almost pulled him off of the boat into the lake. These giant fish do exist, and they are aggressive. This one was very aggressive, and we're going to take a look at one right now. Is this the same species? Is this some kind of prehistoric fish that has survived for this long, maybe in breeding colonies, and there's just a small number of these species that are attacking people? Well, here's some footage, also sent to us by our very own Crazy Mark. And could this be one of the lake monsters that are out there? So please beware. And if you have small children, this video is very disturbing and very startling. If you have small children in the room, please get them out now. Here's the river monster video. Let's take a look. Loch Ness Monster.
There we go.
This is the video that was taken in Loch Ness, Scotland. You see a hump in the water. I don't know what it is. Pilot whale, mostly been known to inhabit the waters, but again, very compelling footage. We really have no idea what it is. Again, that is for you to decide. The Loch Ness Monster, there's many things it could be. So teams with sonar equipment and listening devices have gone to the area, and the area of Loch Ness has been studied for decades, literally, and still, much like Bigfoot, no solid evidence has been found. We've had large objects spotted on sonar in many attempts. I mean, I have reports, a stack of reports of different scientific expeditions that have gone to the area, and all we find is just a few pings on the sonar of a large moving object. And all we're left with is a plesiosaur. Could it be a plesiosaur? Which is an interesting question. Again, we were talking about the prehistoric breeding colonies. Could we have a breeding colony of these creatures from the Triassic period of plesiosaurs, which we have a photo which we'll show you after this next video. And it does follow the classic look of the Loch Ness Monster, the long neck, the flippers, the huge body. But we have another video we're going to take a look at right now. More compelling evidence. Again, this could be scary stuff for small children, so if you have any, please get them out of the room. We can't stress that enough. We don't need any angry parents screaming that their kids are having nightmares. Well, let's take a look at this video. This is Lake Champlain. And could this be Champ, the creature that inhabits Lake Champlain? Many theories are revolving around this video. It could be an elephant, but I don't know if elephants are indigenous to Lake Champlain, New York. I highly doubt it. It could be a horse making its way across the river. It appears to have a long neck, a humped body, and we're right there, the hump sticking out of the water just now, as we just saw. But could the main object, could that be the head? Could that be the long neck of Champ, of a plesiosaur. All right. Can we see a picture of a plesiosaur? Okay. There we go. Could that be our elusive Champ? Or the Loch Ness Monster? Very interesting, very, very compelling. Again, could this creature, this ancient dinosaur from the Triassic era, could it have its own breeding colony that has survived millions and millions of years? And again, why are there no bodies? Are they being eaten by predators? Or do these creatures just not exist? Moving along. This next topic is very near and dear to my heart. It's very, hits close to home. I've mentioned before on the show that I'm kind of an expert on UFOs and aliens. I am writing a book, and in the spring, I'm going to start public speaking engagements. Once I have some scheduled, they will be posted on the website. But now let's move on to UFOs and aliens. Are we being visited by creatures not of this world? I say yes. The evidence goes back as far as the Bible. It mentions, which we will get to shortly. But here is another compelling video. Again, this one is a little disturbing. If you have small children, get them out of the room now. This will be very frightening to them. Is this an actual alien being interviewed in Area 51? Well, we're going to examine that right now in the video. Let's
what
take a
we're
look.
seeing.
All right,
Here we
we're
see an
looking
alien
at the
creature.
interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort
Supposedly
of
in
the
Area
aliens.
51 in a
The figure
darkened
who is
interview
just
room.
barely visible in the left foreground is
The
the
interviewer's
telepath,
voice has been
and
changed.
behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a
Could this be a
military
puppet?
aid. The alien is
could
seated
it be an
behind a
actual
glass
being from another
partition
world?
in a biocontainment area,
Trapped
which is
on this
maintained
planet.
at biosafety level 2, the lowest
The alien
designation.
appears to be under some
That's
kind of...
primarily for the protection of the
kind of
aliens,
stress.
not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien
almost
bug,
looks
it would have
frightened.
happened 50 years ago. In fact,
Then wouldn't you be if you...
all the indications are the aliens eliminated
arrested by the
microbial and viral life from their own ecosystem long ago. They
Could
aren't
this be one of the Roswell
susceptible
aliens that
to our
crashed in
diseases directly,
1947?
but it has been shown that microbes can reproduce
According
and
to that
form
account,
colonies within their
There was
respiratory
3
systems,
bodies. One of them lived
which
for a
tends to
short while, but the
exacerbate
other
the
2 were
debilities
dead.
they seem to suffer
Could this be the
anyway in
third one
our
that survived?
environment. In fact, you can see here the alien is beginning to
Or
flag.
could this be just an elaborate hoax?
The interview was not going well. The telepath was trying to clarify some points from a previous interview, but he wasn't receiving coherent
Here
responses.
the alien begins to
As you can
almost
see, the being is
convulse.
in real distress.
Perhaps
At this
some
point, the
distress or
telepath
reaction
is
to some
sending out a message to the
Maybe they find
medical
our-
staff.
atmosphere toxic to them.
He's trying to communicate with the alien, but he's getting no response.
And the convulsions become worse. The alien is under extreme stress.
There's very little he can do. There's no direct connection between
And the medical team arrives.
his space and the biocontainment area. That's the aide stepping in on the
I'm not
right.
sure what a
The medical staff should be there by now. They're
earthbound
slow in
medical team could do
responding.
for an alien. Must be
There they
something
are.
about
I have to say, the medical personnel at S4 are less than first
Well, it
rate.
appears
They
to
tend to
open
be
its mouth
selected for
there.
their willingness to keep secrets rather than their medical
If this was
competence.
a puppet, it would be very
By the way,
elaborate.
he's not shining that light into the eyes. It looks that way, but in fact, he's checking for hemorrhaging around the eye sockets and in the nasal cavity.
Aid to the alien.
I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to watch this.
Very compelling video. Again, an elaborate hoax. Or are we witnessing something not of this world? Another phenomenon that goes hand in hand with the alien phenomenon and UFOs are crop circles. Are they messages from these creatures? What are they? They've appeared all over the globe. And now we have footage of one actually being formed. Again, is this an elaborate hoax? Or are we witnessing an alien encounter? And if we are, what message are they trying to send us? Is it a message? Or is it a warning? A warning of what? An ecological disaster? An impending invasion? There's no way to know. Well, let's take a look at this crop circle being formed. Let's roll the film. Again, one of the most amazing pieces of footage I have ever seen. Photographic experts cannot confirm that video. It still remains unexplained to this day. Amazing, chilling video. This next one, again, I must warn you, if you have small children, get them out of the room now. This is the most disturbing video we are showing. Again, much like the Area 51 video, this one depicts an alien, another captured alien. I believe this video is from Brazil. After a UFO crash, the government captured one of the aliens, and this is the footage. And we're going to take a look at that now. Some of the language is, it's in a foreign language, but I do have it translated here, and I will provide you the transcript. But let's take a look at this disturbing video. Here we see an alien in distress. The alien blinks its eyes and calls out to its captors. It almost seems like it's asking for help. Very disturbing footage. You almost feel sorry for the creature. All right, what was said there was the first voice you hear. He's saying, "Confess, you son of a blank." You can fill in the blanks there. The next person says, "Calm down," to the other man. Then the alien starts making its noises that almost sound like please. The first person again says, "Yeah, did I not tell you he would speak out?" So the alien was under some kind of interrogation. Not a friendly one like we saw in the other video. Again, very compelling and disturbing video. Next, okay, we have we're talking about aliens, and we all know the different types of encounters. There's close encounters of the first kind, second kind, and third kind. The first being a visual sighting, the second being having physical evidence, and the third is actually meeting an alien. How many of you have encountered any of these? Let us know on the website. Is that it? Oh. Okay. Here we have a sewer snake camera. And as you can see right there, some long-tailed creature runs past the camera. Could that be a possum, a rat, or something very different? Here's another sewer camera. And again, something large runs by the camera. That was much, much bigger than any rat or possum. Again, if you have small children, please get them out of the room now. The end of this video is very disturbing and could be very frightening. This video is a little grainy, but you can clearly see movement. Now this is where it gets good. Look at that. What did we just see? A man-sized creature with glowing eyes. That's clearly not a rodent. It's not a dog, a cat, but something different entirely. Here's a close-up of the almost otherworldly creature. This is evidence of monsters living in our sewers, under our cities, under your very home. Just a chilling reminder of we do not know what else is out there. And we're back. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's gallery of the unexplained. And I hope, hopefully, you'll be able to ask questions of your own. Is there other life out there? And what dwells in the darkness and in your closets and under your beds? We are not alone in this universe. There are other strange happenings and strange creatures that we do not yet understand. Think about it. Are we alone? Good night.